What's going on, boys? No guys here, welcome back to another video. Now, bad news, I won't lie, the demo is not being released, but I'm going to still show you how to play the game earlier using this EA Play. Everyone's always getting confused about EA Play, so I'm going to explain to you how you can play the game earlier than when the release comes out via EA Play as well. But in terms of the demo, they're not releasing a demo. I kind of guessed this. I thought it would be coming out on the 15th September, in all honesty, but 7 days before today, I thought, you know what, it's too late to release demo from a marketing perspective. This is a statement they've said, is that instead, don't forget as well, this is the official EA Twitter as well, so it's not a hoax or anything. They said, instead we made the decision to focus our development team's time on delivering the best full game experience for current and next gen consoles. We look forward to EA Play members jumping in 10 days time from now and the game launching on the 9th. Now, unfortunately, it wasn't the best worded tweet, unfortunately, and people are getting confused. What is EA Play? Isn't EA Access something as well? And does that mean I can't play the game from the 6th because it says the 9th only? So I'm going to go over this. I'm going to clarify everything. So first of all, in terms of the game starting from the 10th, now EA Play I'll get onto in a second. It's basically just a rechange of EA Access, but I'll get onto that later on. If you want to play the game early, I'll get onto that in a second. They said the game's launching on the 9th. I'm pretty sure, even though that tweet says that, you can still play from the 6th. I just think they just didn't have enough. They should have split the tweet up, in my opinion. Basically, if you bought the standard edition, the game for everyone worldwide, if you bought the standard edition, is coming out on the 9th of October. I'm pretty sure you guys know that. If you, however, bought the Champions or the Ultimate Edition, you can play from the 6th of October onwards. I'm pretty sure they haven't changed this. They have to. By law, they can't change this because they've already promised 3 days early access, so they can't unless it's in a TOC, but I doubt they can change this, okay? So what this means is that you can play the game 3 days early. Don't forget, when you play the game from the 6th onwards, you can play for a limited amount of time. Now, for those of you, if you bought the game from the PS Store, if you went to the PS Store and you bought the game, you could probably preload the game and start downloading it, I would say, on the night of the 6th. I think around 12 PM UK time. So when you can typically download the game. So some of you may be able to, so depending on your internet connection, I mean, by the time I download my game, it's probably going to be the 8th or the 9th, but you can download the game earlier, so do bear that in mind. And also don't forget, this is unlimited. This doesn't mean you can only play the game for 10 hours. People are getting confused. Does early access mean I can play the game for only 10 hours? No. From the 6th, you can play for an unlimited amount of time. You just have basically the game earlier before everyone else. So just want to clarify that because people were getting confused, but they didn't mention early access on the 6th. They just mentioned the 9th. Then they say EA Play. EA Play from 10 days from now. Today's the 21st. So EA Play is referring to EA Access. So they basically changed the terminology. So if you scroll up over here, as you can see, you'll be the first to play FIFA 21 as an EA Access member on PS4, Xbox One, and Origin Access. So Origin have their own version called Origin Access. PS4 and Xbox have their version called EA Access. However, what they didn't tell you is they changed the name of EA Access to EA Play. That's why many of you guys are getting confused, thinking, is this something else you have to buy? No, you don't. By joining EA Access or EA Play in this instance and Origin Access, you get an early trial of FIFA 21 starting the 1st of October. Now, what's important here is you only have to buy it for 1 month. I'll get on to that in a second. You have to buy it for 1 month to get the early access trial. I'll explain that in a second as well. But this is only a trial. That means you can only play the game for 10 hours. That's it. You can't play the game longer than 10 hours. So when I think the database, the player database, will hopefully come out in the next couple of days. I'll say the web app will probably be coming out, I would say, on the 1st alongside EA Access. So from the 1st of October, assuming you haven't pre-ordered a game, even if you haven't bought the Ultimate or the Standard Edition, you can still play the game early from the 1st of October if you have EA Access or EA Play. Remember that. You don't have to own the Ultimate Edition, you have to own the Standard Edition. But even if you don't even have the game, you can still play the game early with EA Access. So no matter what, you still play the game early from the 1st. Then after your 10 hours are complete, you can then play the game on the 6th if you're Ultimate or you're Championship owner. And then after that on the 9th. Now, in order to get EA Access, it's simple. I want to show you. So this is what if you've already purchased EA Access right now, you should have it here. As you can see, I've got EA Access in front of me. This is what the old one looks like. When you click on it and you go onto the application, it will tell you application update. It will tell you to download EA Play. EA Play's Hub. This is what is now called from now on. That's why everyone is getting confused. I think they should have maybe maybe they should have actually released a video regarding this. In order to do this, when you go to the PS Store, in order to get EA Access anyway, is you want to go search. You can type in EA Access or EA Play. I would just say just type in EA Play, just to keep things simple. We just type in EA, the EA Play Hub. You have the 1 month and you have the 12 months. Now this is important. If you're watching this video and you watch my video on pre-ordering the game, you would have already saved 10% on the game. I suggested for you to get the 12-month membership, because if you buy it for 2 months, you end up spending £8, whereas you're going to spend maybe like double the price and get it for a year. EA Play is basically a platform where they have a massive array of games, a complete list of games you can play whenever you want, but they have this trial as a benefit. So you only have to buy it for 1 month. So what you would do basically is, let's say for example, I buy it now, let's say today's the 21st, I buy it now and I cancel it before the 21st of October. That way you only pay for 1 month. So basically you're essentially paying £4 to play the game for 10 hours. So you buy either one of these two and then you can play the game when it comes out on EA Access on the 1st of October. Now what's very important to mention is EA Access, it's not that simple. It's not, for example, you can be in a game and the game doesn't clock down. It's kind of like an egg timer. So let's say FIFA 20. Imagine this is the 1st of October. You've downloaded EA Play. You've then installed FIFA 21, the early access edition, and you have a 10-hour trial period. As soon as you press X or A and you go into the game, the clock is already going down from 10 hours to 9 hours, 59 minutes, etc., etc. As long as the game is on, the clock is going down. So you can't. So if, for example, let's say you. So what I'll make a video on this later on. But let's say, for example, you're on the menus. If, for example, you play a game, and let's say, for example, you go and make a cup of tea. Let's say you want to go get a cup of tea and some biscuits. The time will still go down. Even if you're sitting in the menus, if you're doing nothing, if you forget to turn your PS4 off, if you fall asleep, that clock is going to keep going down. So basically what you have to do is really, really awkward, but you have to basically close the application. So as long as you're not playing, like if you're just going through the menus yourself, that's fine. But if you finish your game and let's say you want to go downstairs or something else, close the application, because that timer is going to keep going down. So do bear that in mind. So that's really, really important. You do bear that in mind. But that's what EA Play is EA Access. Now, in terms of FIFA 21, I don't have FIFA 21. I originally wanted to make tutorials for FIFA 21, but unfortunately I don't have the game. I'm not a game changer either. So for those who keep asking, whereas your tutorials, unfortunately I'm not a game changer, so I don't have access to the game, so I can't make content, and nor can I even post content because it's against TOC, and I'm not a game changer, so it's not. I'll just get my counters get deleted. So sorry, I can't do that. So what I would say is when the 1st of October comes out, I'll be making videos then. Unfortunately, I only have 10 hours to make it. That's the main reason why the demo was really important. The demo was important for people like myself. So we're going to make the videos, make tutorials for you guys to get a bit of the grips of the game before the game comes out. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but there is a benefit. By not playing the demo, you kind of go into the game fresh. When the demo comes up, people are always making videos like the new meta, the new this, the new that. Of course, it's part of the video series, but sometimes I think you concentrate too much on what's the meta. I think if you go straight in FIFA 21, you play the way you play normally, and then you realize what's working and what's not working yourself, you'll be in a good position to prepare yourself to move forward. But that's just information regarding how to play the game early. So remember, on the 1st, buy EA Access for a month, or unless you've got the member already, play that, get that 10 hours, use that up. After the 10 hours are finished, don't forget to cancel EA Access so you don't get the recurring charge again. Then after, on the 6th, if you have the Ultimate Edition or the Ultimate Champions Edition, you can play from the 6th, and then you can play Unlimited from the 9th. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out, boys.